And I learned to read Herb Caen every day. And there was an emptiness in San Francisco when the few days that Herb Caen would take off or go on vacations. And when Herb Caen went on a vacation, not only was it news, he wrote about it, and you got to take that vacation with him. A brilliant writer, a great San Franciscan. He loved this city, and he wrote about it. One of his most successful books was called Baghdad by the Bay. It's kind of a nickname he had for San Francisco, with permission of his son, Christopher Caen, who is quite a man himself, a very talented writer. He wrote a column after his dad passed briefly, and it was wonderful. But for whatever reason, the paper was unwilling to pay the freight, so we lost another great columnist. Newspapers are shrinking, shrinking, shrinking. So I'm sitting here in a medium, courtesy of you folks and the Bay Area Video Coalition and Andy and Philip, who work here at San Francisco Commons, and we provide entertainment through education. They teach people how to do the very thing I'm doing right now, and much, much more. Media, communications, technology, expression, it's so important. And one of the reasons I got into the drag show was all my life I was afraid to open my mouth. I remember going on before television cameras, being interviewed many, many, many times, and I would choke up. I could not open my mouth. Now listen to me. You can't stop me. Same with radio. I don't know why. I would just freeze. And so it was another fear I wanted to walk through. And I was able to do that. In the last 10 years, I learned to be able to speak publicly in lots of different areas. That's a huge gift for me. Some flash down there, technology, I'm not too aware of it. At any rate, so life has been very, very good to me. What's happened, 1 year after we started the drag show, I met the love of my life, William David Earl. We met through a posting on Craigslist. We met in October of 2009, and we started dating. And we have spent lots of time together. We don't live together, and we probably won't for another year. But we actually got committed, or we committed ourselves to each other on New Year's Day, 2010, at Lovers Point in Pacific Grove. That's probably the most touching day of my life. It's probably the happiest day of my life, too. I didn't know that I could ever be this much in love. I've had one great relationship in the past, but that was 32 years ago, and it was with a wonderful guy named Rick Hill, a great artist. He's got something coming out now that is brilliant about all the corruption of the United States government in South America and the Middle East, and what he's done is he's written kind of a scathing story, and then he's painted. He's a painter. He painted large folio paintings, drawings, watercolors, oils, all sorts of mixed media of the main characters of each one of his bits on this thing. So he's got amazing art along with this great story. When it's out, you've got to see it. I think it's on the web under www.themagellans.com. Anyway, another great artist, my first love. And so I was I became an alcoholic and drank and owned bars and had a great old life until I couldn't drink anymore. So then my life changed. I actually got clean and sober, and everything changed. I tested positive for HIV in 1988, and I went on disability in 1994. and started learning things. I became able to learn how to do things for the first time. And I wound up on the board of the Community Television Corporation, along with my favorite, most important charity or work in my life, which is Shanti Project. But at any rate, one thing led to another, and then I met Dave, and I am so much in love with this guy, and he's in love with me, and I see stars when I think of him. I see my heart actually races a little bit. He's a smart young guy. He's creating companies and businesses, and in fact, he's actually building, I think he's probably got 4 or 5 websites under development right now. He's a student. He's going to school in Boise, Idaho, and studying computer programming. And while he's doing that, he works part-time, and then he's doing all of these websites and that type of work he's actually built customers. He put an ad out, and the next day he had 2 customers. And that's the way his life is. He's ambitious, he's smart, he's spiritual, he's romantic, he's bright as hell, and I love him so much. At any rate, so my life is great. The drag show will go on. Frisco Today will go on. If you have ideas or suggestions, please reach me. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see ways to contact me and ways to learn more about both the drag show and me. Thank you very much.